Welcome to the Joy of Cruising podcast with your host, award-winning author Paul C. Thornton, a weekly conversation with the amazing cruisers featured in the Joy of Cruising books, comprised of The Joy of Cruising, Cruising Interrupted, new release, The Joy of Cruising Again, as well as other fun, informative global cruise personalities. It's the next best thing to cruising, hearing about cruising from the unique and diverse perspectives of Paul's amazing guests. If you hear about a cruise that interests you, book it at www.thejoyofacation.com or enter to win a free cruise for two. Again, www.thejoyofacation.com. We really appreciate your feedback, so leave us a text. Paul can't reply, but he may read your text on the air.
Hello, passionate cruisers. This is Paul, and this week on the Joy of Cruising podcast, I am delighted to welcome Damion and Quanda EXP. Travel with us to the Joy of Cruising podcast. Damion and Quanda shared with me we're Damion and Quanda, a couple whose love story started fast and hasn't slowed down since. Damion moved from Jamaica in 2012, met Quanda, and just 3 weeks later, we were married. More than a decade later, we're raising our two adventurous boys, 10 and 11, building careers we love, and exploring the world together, mostly by sea. Both of us are proud to work with Royal Caribbean Cruises. Damion, originally from Jamaica, is part of the Executive Escalations team, where he responds to communications sent to executive leadership from directors all the way up to the CEO. Quanda, who proudly carries both Jamaica and Turks Islander heritage, works on the Accessible Needs team, helping guests with physical, emotional, or mental challenges enjoy a cruise that's not just possible, but unforgettable, because everyone deserves an amazing vacation. Outside of work, you'll find us doing what we love most, cruising with our kids. We believe there's no better way to see the world than by ship, since you get to experience multiple destinations in one trip while creating unforgettable family memories. While Royal Caribbean is our home at sea and our first love, we've also enjoyed sailing with Celebrity, MSC, Carnival, and most recently, Virgin Voyages. For us, cruising isn't just travel. It's a way to teach our boys about different cultures, show them the beauty of the world, and remind them that adventure is always just a boarding pass away. Welcome, Damion and Quanda, to the Joy of Cruising podcast. Did I say that right?
Yes, sir. You got it right.
Sounds good.
All right. It is great to meet you virtually. How you both doing?
I'm doing great. It's a bleaky day here in Houston, but we're good. We're alive.
A bleak day in Houston?
Meaning it's overcast.
Wow.
Bleak is just a Jamaican term.
Yeah. Well, we literally just moved. We've been in my house, I guess a week now. We moved from North Carolina. We live in Virginia now.
Okay.
And man, we had been here a few days and got a snowstorm.
I saw Life With Us posted something about having snow there.
So you want to talk about bleak? It may be a Jamaican word, but for me, we had some bleak weather. That's quite a remarkable story I shared in the intro about your fling. What was it?
Fling
3
indeed.
weeks or something like that, and then marriage, and then both working in the industry that all the listeners love. And then traveling with your boy. It's 2 boys, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Traveling with your boys. Man, all that is just wonderful. Talk about any and all of that.
So we could go from the beginning. So I, as the intro said, I moved here back in 2012. My dad's side of family already lived here. So I kind of joined them in 2012 and started college then.
When you say here, he moved to Florida.
From
Jamaica.
Not Texas. From Jamaica.
From
Yes.
Jamaica. Okay, so what part of Jamaica? Because I'm sure many of our listeners have been to Jamaica, and I've been to Jamaica I don't know how many, 10 times maybe.
Yeah, I'm from Montego Bay.
Okay. Okay.
That's where I initially settled and everything. I grew up in a few of the other parishes, but originally from like Westmoreland and grew up in Montego Bay. So I moved from Montego Bay to Florida. My wife here at that time was just youth in the church that my dad was junior pastor, second pastor, one of the pastors. And I saw her when I visited in 2010, and I had my eyes on her. She was talking to some fella. I didn't make any sort of moves at that time, just planting some seeds. And in 2011, I was back and forth between here and Jamaica between 2010 and 2011. Finally made the decision at the end of 2011 that, you know what, I'm gonna do the transition. My dad was doing all my paperwork and everything, so just did all the transition over. And while I was in Jamaica, when I went back to Jamaica in January of 2012, I sent her a message. I'm like, hey, how you doing? She was giving me the one word answers and all of these things. And I asked her, I'm like, do you have a boyfriend? She's like, yes. And I eventually said to her, you know what? By the time I get back to the United States, you won't have a boyfriend. And so said, I came back in April of that year and she was single. She was single. So you know what? Took the opportunity and we just started going out and talking from then.
Mm-hmm.
We got married in October. We made it an official thing to say, yes, we're dating in like June and got married in that same October. When you know, you just know.
What day in October?
October 7th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We are October 17th.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
it wasn't something that was like pre-planned that we were just gonna get this done and whatever. We just say, you know what? Let's just get let's just get married. It was supposed to be just family. But the pastor at the church at that time announced it to the whole church. So we had over 500 people there. That was not planned for.
Oh, wow. Now, 500 people in Florida or Jamaica?
In Florida.
Well, a lot of them came from Jamaica or no?
The church, most of them were her family that were in and around the Florida area. I had my family there. And of course, my pastor invited the whole church.
Okay. So it was mostly Floridians. Okay.
Yes.
Now, Quanda, I understand you are from Jamaica, or at least partially from Jamaica, right?
My father was born in Jamaica. Like him, Westmoreland, my dad grew up there, and then he migrated to Florida when he was 21.
16.
No, he was in his 20s.
20s, okay.
In his 20s, and then we've been in Florida ever since then.
Talk about, now what part of Florida?
We'll be right back.
Do you have a dream car? Mine is the Lucid Air. Are you intrigued by electric vehicles? The Lucid Air EV has been called the best driving car in the world. And the Lucid Air Sapphire is certifiably the fastest production car in the world. Listen to Lucid Driver Podcast wherever you listen to podcasts or at luciddriver.buzzsprout.com.
So originally we was in South Florida. So like around Hollywood area, Pembroke Pines area.
Okay. Yeah, we spent 9 years in Florida, but we were on the West Coast. So we were in Fort Myers.
Gotcha.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Never been there.
I was going to say something, but I won't. I started to say something, but okay. So how did you end up at Royal Caribbean?
So it goes back to my Jamaican roots as well. I had a few friends from back in Jamaica, but there was one that I saw her made a post on Facebook. And at that time, I was job hunting in 2013. I was job hunting. I was working at Best Buy and doing an online job as well. But then I was still job hunting. And I saw a friend made a post about this cruise company that she's working for. I have never ever thought about working for a cruise company. I had never thought about going on a ship. A ship was never a thing that I would ever do because I couldn't swim. So I was not going on anybody's ship. And I reached out to her. I'm like, you know what? I need to get into something different. And I reached out to her and she told me where to send my application. I sent my application in, was accepted, interviewed, and I think it was within probably a 3-month time frame that I got accepted and started working on December 2nd of 2013, and have just progressed in the company and moved multiple departments since then.
Now, when I you mentioned progressed in the company. When I was reading your background in the intro, it sounds like what you have acceded to is a pretty important position. You
a stressful one.
I could understand that too, because you do a lot of interaction, communications.
Yes,
You are involved with the communication flow to the executive team. Talk about. I'm talking about what you do. You know what you do. Talk about it.
So basically, I work as part of the executive correspondence team. Whenever a guest is planning to sail, whenever they're on board, after they've sailed, if they have any sort of issues, complaints, any problems that they see it unresolved, or they feel like frontline representatives are not able to resolve it, and they think it's that big that they want to email the CEO, email a director, email a VP. All those communications come to one of the teams that I co-assist. I used to be an agent on that team that those emails would come into me or those calls would come into me. And we would, based on company policies, we were basically the bridge between basically the bridge between policy and customer satisfaction. So we find that middle pathway, that it's not a breach of policy and the guest is somewhat happy sometimes, not all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's just a straight no, but that's the job. It's to just make sure that we represent the CEO and the top executives in a professional manner. That's literally what I do.
In doing your job, have you ever had the opportunity to interact with by interact, maybe coffee on some correspondence, Richard Fain?
Yes. So before Jason Liberty took over, yes, emails and communication that came into Richard Fain, which I think is one of the best CEOs that Royal Caribbean has ever had. Well, he was the only one before Jason. But he left a legacy. He left a legacy.
The reason I asked that question is I kind of wish this interview was, I can't remember, maybe a month ago, because I'd have given slipped in a good word for you to Richard Fain, because I had him on the show.
Wow.
Yeah. He wrote a book.
Yes, we have that book
recently. Yeah, and I had him on the show,
That's
helping
awesome.
promote the book, and based on the interview or the conversation we had, and based on hearing you say he was such a great CEO, I'm not surprised to hear that at all. But I wish I could have given you both some play to the ultra boss.
The ultra boss, man. The ultra boss.
So, Quanda, what do you do at Royal?
So at Royal Caribbean, I work with the accessible needs department. So the department that will assist guests with any special needs, like if you have a wheelchair, scooter, allergies, any type of disability that you need accommodated during your cruise, you reach out to our team and we coordinate with the ship to make sure your accommodations are met during your cruise.
And they're basic. It's not just Royal that she handles. It's Royal and Celebrity.
Yeah, work with Celebrity as well.
Mm-hmm. Now, Damion, you only handle communications for Royal, though, right?
Yes, I'm strictly Royal for now.
Okay. So it sounds like, and maybe I'm assuming too much. It sounds like neither of you are what's the word? Shipboard.
No.
Okay.
I do shipboard once a year for President's Cruise.
Okay.
So when the top folks are on board, I'm on board with them, and we represent the CEO and the executive office. So that's the time that I'm on board, or any other time that may be required.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But that's the main time for President's Cruise.
How about you, Quanda?
I'm home all the time. I went on President's Cruise this year with him, but not to work. I was just
not
there.
to work. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you take the kids?
No, they were home.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's it like working for a cruise line? I mean, you gave us a good idea. You both gave us a good idea of what you do, but I mean, I fantasize. I mean, I have aged out of working for a cruise line, but I fantasize. At first, when I was much younger, I fantasized about working on the ship.
Yeah.
Which I've since learned. I've learned after interviewing hundreds. I'm not so sure
It ain't for the week.
The ship would have been a good idea, but I still fantasize about working, behind the scenes.
Right.
So what's it like working? You're one of the few couples that I have met.
Yeah.
Who both work. I mean, I've met many couples who work for a cruise line, but you're the first couple, I think, who both work outside. Work at home or work stateside.
Yeah. So for me, I'm gonna talk for me. It's a rewarding job. I do enjoy providing the assistance, and there are times when someone would reach out with a specific need, or I'm gonna use an example, like someone would reach out on behalf of trying to get like a Make-A-Wish situation. They reach out with a touching story, and our CEO is like, yeah, do what we can for them. Those aspects of the job is very rewarding, because you get to see, and we would do video calls with these guests, and you get to see the joy on their face to know that Royal Caribbean is going an extra mile, doing so much for them, whatever the situation may be. But on top of that, yeah, that's the work part and all of that. For me as well, it's the perks. The perks of Royal working for a cruise line is they treat us well. Our benefits are very good. I've never been in a career that the employees are provided so much benefits, whether from time off that you get to the accommodation to cruise as often as you can get approved for, because it's still a standby, and you get approved last minute, probably the day before, a few days before. If you're lucky, maybe a month or two before, depending on when you want to sail. And the cost basis for that is chef's kiss. So
now, do you get involved? Does the communications team or area that you work in, do you get involved, like if there's celebrities who come on the cruise ship, or is that a different area?
So there's a specific area that handles that, or it depends on who the person is. But we do have, which is still a part of our team, that handle those type of situations. We always have we may not be fully involved in it, but there's always some aspect that we have to be in with that. So yes, we do have certain celebrities that may come on.
What about you, Quanda? What's in general working for a cruise line?
We'll be right back.
Hi, we're Misty
and Jeremy,
your host of the Travel Essery podcast.
We're on a mission to explore America, one stop, one story, and one adventure at a time.
From national parks and hidden gems to road trip tips and family-friendly travel ideas, we're sharing what we've learned along the way.
And trust me, we've learned a lot, sometimes the hard way. So if you're ready to discover new places, plan smarter trips, and get inspired for your next adventure, you're in the right place.
Subscribe to Travel Essery wherever you get your podcast and come explore with us.
Working for the cruise line. So with my particular department, like you said, it's to see behind the scenes is a different view where you have guests that are coming on board that has disabilities, guests that can't walk, they can't see, they can't hear. And to know that our department is the department that's actually catering to them to make sure they have the same experience as anybody else would have an experience that doesn't have any disabilities. Like our guests, Royal Caribbean and Celebrity do provide interpreters for guests. If you aren't able to hear, we will bring interpreters on board free of charge to be able to assist you during your cruise. And a lot of people don't even know about that.
Well, I was just getting ready to say, I wonder if many people know about that.
No,
not many people
don't know. They don't know about the autism program that Royal Caribbean and Celebrity have, where we have our staff is trained for the autism program for our children that come on board that have that special need. They're trained and they will assist your kids during the cruise to the best of their abilities. And a lot of people will call us like late. They say, "Oh, I just found out that you can assist with this." And it's like, yeah, we're here. We got you. You need wheelchairs. We got the vendors to get you some wheelchairs. You need oxygen. We can provide oxygen through our vendors. Like there are things that a lot of people don't know, that if you have a disability, that is not going to stop. It shouldn't stop you. From being able to sail. And Royal Caribbean has things in place to assist you to actually have a comfortable cruise. So I like to see the joy of
so wheelchairs is you arrange that with vendors, but interpreters and the autism program is absolutely free.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So just repeat that. We have listeners in something like 200, close to 250 countries. And so I just think it's important to reiterate that. So
it is.
So just say that again. And now this is just on Royal, or is it Royal and Celebrity?
Royal and Celebrity.
Okay. So just repeat that.
So the basics of it is, with Royal Caribbean and Celebrity Cruise Lines, we provide, or I say they provide for interpreting. They provide interpreting services for guests that aren't able to hear. Where right now it is only offered to sailings that leave out of the U.S. and return to the U.S.
Okay.
So if you are able to hear, you just let us know, and we will request to have an interpreter on board
ahead of time.
We need at least 90 days notice. So it's not something that's last minute. You have to let us know ahead of time, and they'll bring on an interpreter on board, and you will have that interpreter to assist you for up to 8 hours per day. It is a shared service. So it's not just you personally. It'll be like if it's more than one person that needs a service, but they coordinate with you each day. When do you need them? And they'll be there to interpret on your behalf when needed, as well as the autism program. The autism program does go up to the age of 17. So it is catered mostly to the children that come on board, where they want to attend the Adventure Ocean program or the kids program on board Celebrity. Our staff is trained to assist the children. And again, it's on a group basis, but still the kids are welcomed to join the kids programs and have fun just like any other child that's on board. And there's no restrictions for them to not be able to go and have the time of their life. So Yeah.
Very good, very good. Now I know that you mentioned the President's Cruise that you both went
Mhm.
on. What's the latest cruise you've done with your two boys?
Latest cruise that we've done. So we did a cruise on Wonder of the Seas
Mhm.
that we had to drive from Texas to, we decided, not had to, but we decided to drive from Texas to Orlando. And it was one of the most stressful journey that we've ever had. The cruise itself was fine, but getting to Orlando, I wouldn't do it again.
How long is that drive?
It was supposed to be 12 hours, but it eventually took us about 16 hours. Yeah, because we got detoured, we got into places that we don't think we should have been there.
We didn't know how to turn the headlights on the rental
It was
in fog.
the fog was thick. It was a horrible experience.
But
Memorable.
But the cruise was great.
But the cruise was great. We did that with the boys. They had an amazing time. It was earlier this year.
I can imagine because Royal Caribbean is, I say it all the time. And there's no better ship for young, for kids.
They love
I
it.
say no better ship, no better cruise line. So much to do, and it doesn't. It doesn't. Well, I shouldn't say it doesn't matter which ship you go on. I haven't been on every Royal Caribbean, but it's not just the Oasis class, which one of the sea. My one cruise I went on was Anthem of the Seas, and you had the bumper cars. This was when my grandkids were like young and went on the bumper cars and the skydiving simulator.
Yep.
So I can't imagine there's any royal ship that's lacking in things to do.
So yeah, they from the oldest ship onto of course the older ship is going to have some less than the newer ships, but yes, all of the ships with Royal Caribbean have some sort of activity because they're family centered. So every ship has some sort of activity for the family, for the younger kids, for the older kids, as well as the adults.
Yeah.
What are some other cruises you've gone on recently? I say recently, in the last couple of years, last year or so. Any highlights?
This year was jam-packed. We did a lot of cruises this year, like more than we've ever done.
Yeah.
So
we did Virgin Voyages, Greece this year.
Greek Aglo,
which with Life with Us TV, that was amazing.
So I know you didn't take the boys on that one.
No. A few years ago, we did MSC for Thanksgiving. That was a memorable one.
So you on Virgin, you went with Life with Us.
Yes.
So I know that was
that was fun.
Together. Yeah. Life with Us has been on. It's time for us to have them back. And maybe because that's the Greek cruise, right? I did talk to them about that. So maybe
you did.
Maybe
I heard that interview.
Okay. No. When they were on the show, it wasn't the Greek cruise this year. I had them on the show like maybe last year. So, but it's time to get them back on the show to talk about the one, the one that you went on, because I heard some good things about it.
It was fun.
And then what was after Virgin? I missed that.
Not after Virgin, but in terms of different cruise, were you asking different cruise lines or different cruises overall?
So, all of the above. The last year or so.
Okay, so in the last year, we've literally done mostly Royal, Celebrity, Alaska Celebrity last year, July, and with Melanin at Sea and Virgin. That's the three lines that we've done over the past year.
What ships have you? What celebrity ships have you gone on?
Solstice and Beyond and Edge.
Okay.
Yeah. Solstice was our first celebrity ship.
beyond an Edge. Well, I haven't been on Edge, but my favorite ships are the Celebrity Edge class.
Mm-hmm.
And Beyond was my first. And I understand that we have something in common.
Yes, yes. We did Beyond, was it 2, 3 years ago?
22.
22. And we did the Mediterranean, and we did see you on that Mediterranean cruise there
In passing.
in October. It was for our anniversary in October that we went on that one.
Same here. It was for our anniversary.
Yes.
A few more years than you. But yeah, I love the Edge class, and we went on the what was that? The Ascent last year.
Haven't been on that one yet.
So, and now they have a new one out, right? XL.
The XL.
So is that the same class, or is that a little bigger than the Edge class?
From my knowledge, it's the same class, slightly bigger. Of course, with a new design. Internal design.
Okay. Well, let's go way back. We have some aspiring cruisers listening, so I always like to ask guests to recollect their first cruise. So for each of you, when, what ship, and what were your initial impressions?
Go ahead.
So I started cruising way before this guy, not by my choice. My first cruise that I can remember was on Carnival, and I cannot remember which ship. My best friend wanted to go for her 21st birthday. No. Her birthday. Not sure the year. See, this is all a blur. And she's took us on a Carnival ship, and we went it's memorable because we went during Valentine's Day weekend.
So it was her 21st birthday, or about?
I'm not sure she was 21, but it was her birthday.
It's close. All right. You and her are about the same age?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it was just a couple of years ago.
Yeah, just yeah, like just a few years ago.
I get it.
Thank you for that. And she wanted to go it was us, it was me, her, and another young lady that went with her. And it was during Valentine's Day weekend, like I said, and the cruise was great for all the couples. It was full of lovers, and us three girls were like, why are we here? all the events are like coupled up, and I'm like, okay. So the club, everybody was, coupled up in the club. I'm like, well, this is a great ship. I mean, I did not go back on Carnival after that. And I don't know if it's because of the coupling or the ship itself, but I wasn't interested in going back on Carnival.
Well, how did you take to cruising itself? I mean, it wasn't the best cruise for you to be on. I can tell that, but obviously, you cruising. Maybe it didn't immediately grab you, but eventually it did.
Yeah, that first interaction with cruising, it wasn't for me. I went on there broke. I didn't have the money. I couldn't do nothing. We didn't do any excursions. We didn't.
She also said one of them was sleeping on the floor.
Oh I had a mattress on the floor in our room. So I was like, the amenities is not it for me. It wasn't as comfortable as I
thought it would be.
Yeah, I never thought about cruising prior to that invite, so I didn't have any expectations. But I also didn't do anything.
So not a great cruising start for you.
No, not at all.
How about you, Damion? What was your first cruise?
My first cruise was actually Royal Caribbean 2014, Majesty of the Seas. I went with Quanda, my brother, and her best friend.
Same lady.
Same one.
Oh, so that answers the question, because I was going to ask, when was your first cruise together? So your first cruise together was your first
Majesty
cruise.
of the Seas. And it was.
Okay. Now, refresh my memory. Were you working for Royal then?
I had just started working for Royal the previous year. It was a few months after I started working for Royal that we had the opportunity to go on Majesty of the Seas. It was because I never had any cruising experience. I've done a ship tour, that's about the most experience that I ever had with being on a ship. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. And like we I guess maybe because we were with a good group of people. The food was great. The ship, I love the Majesty. It was, I didn't know it was the oldest ship in the fleet at that time, one of the oldest in the fleet at that time. But it was, the entertainment was good, the food was good, everything was really good about that. The staff was great. It was a 3-night cruise. We went on, we got off, and it was very memorable.
Now, Quanda, by that time, had cruising was okay with you by that time?
No, that was my second cruise.
Oh, okay. Okay. I thought you had cruised some in the interim.
No.
So it still wasn't, no, it was better, obviously.
It was better to an extent because I found out I was pregnant a week before going on that cruise. So I wasn't even 100% in my mind. So, but it was definitely better than the first cruise because I was no longer single. I had a couple now. I was a couple, so it balanced it out.
So are you now hooked to cruising, or you could kind of take it, it's just okay?
It's the only way to travel at this point.
There you go.
The only way.
Right answer, employee of Royal Caribbean.
Good one.
So say something about changing the subject. Say something about change subject slightly. Still talking about cruising, but talk about your cruise YouTube channel.
Oh, that's a good one. He looks at me because
that's you. That's you.
So the cruise YouTube channel was not supposed to be anything about cruising in the beginning. But after I had our second son, I became a a stay-at-home mom, and I started YouTube to document that part of my life. And eventually, we started going on cruises because, of course, we had that great Royal Caribbean perk. And I was like, why don't I record this? And it just turned into just recording all our cruises. And initially, it was for the kids to watch back, like the ones they wasn't honors with, to give them the opportunity to watch and see what we did and stuff. And then it just, other people started watching. I was like, oh, okay, this is interesting.
How have the boys taken to cruising?
They want to go every month.
Every single month. They want to go on every single ship.
Yep.
They want to go to every destination.
Yep.
My oldest told me he wants to go to Japan.
Oh, wow.
He said Antarctica.
And he wants to do it. He told her today that we need to get to Antarctica.
Get out.
Because
He's
it's
how
melting.
Old?
11.
Wow.
Yeah.
So they've been able to experience a lot, which I'm thankful for.
Good. Yeah.
They've been cruising since babies. Our oldest, his first cruise, he was 1.
Yeah.
And the youngest was 9 months for his first cruise. So they go out at least once a year since then.
Yeah.
Well, so that you can perhaps entice some future subscribers, what is the aim now of your YouTube channel? What are you trying to convey? Just kind of family memories, cruise news, what?
So right now, I recently say, you know what, let's because over the past years it's just been family memories and putting that out there. Our kids are the persons that watch our channel the most. But recently we say, you know what, let's go ahead and take this seriously. Over the past 12 months or so, we said that we're going to do this seriously. We started doing lives on Wednesdays. We started putting out more content. What the aim is right now is we have, I would say, insider knowledge. So it's a matter of sharing that information from an internal perspective, as well as the fact that we are, as much as we can allow, of course, as well as the fact that we are a family with kids that travel. Because I know that there are a lot of people who wonder if they can travel with their kids, if the kids will enjoy. Even recently, I had somebody ask me that their son is 10 years old and they don't know if they'll enjoy being on the Icon of the Seas. I'm like, are you crazy? you probably don't see that child. So that's really the aim, to share all of our travel experiences, not just cruises, but travel on in general, because we do like land-based trips as well. So we want to just share all of that information. And also, whatever we do, if we find use in that knowledge, for instance, if it's within the access department information that people may not know, we don't want to put that out there on our YouTube channel, so that persons can definitely find benefit in it.
So tell listeners, what's the channel called?
We kept it simple with Damion and Quanda EXP. The EXP stands for experience. So it's Damion and Quanda experience.
Okay.
So we're sharing our experience.
Okay. And you're also on Instagram, other social media as well.
Yeah, so we're on Instagram at D&Q-EXP, as well as TikTok.
Mm-hmm. Damion and Quanda on TikTok.
Okay.
And on Facebook, it's Damion and Quanda EXP.
Great. Let's talk about the future. Any cruises that you have booked coming up that you can talk about?
Yeah, yes. Go ahead and tell them. Go ahead.
So next week, tomorrow, I'll be leaving tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'll be leaving to go on a cruise with my brothers. This will be our first brothers cruise for the entire time that I've been working and cruising. I've cruised with them individually, but we've never all been together. So we're all going, and I have a lot of brothers. We're all going, with the exception of the minor.
Well, wow. Have fun. What ship?
On the Wonder of the Seas.
Okay. What do you look forward to trying on Royal Caribbean that you haven't tried?
I think I've done the last thing that I really was looking forward to was to do the Surfside Simulator, and the Flow Rider, and I did that once. I'm looking forward to doing it again this week and getting the boys on there.
It took you 10 years.
It took me 10 years to get on there.
So.
But yeah, that's one of the main things that I'm really looking forward to.
Mm-hmm. I was thinking you would say Star the Seas.
Oh, we did Star back in August.
Oh, that's old news for you. I haven't done any of the newest Royal ships, so
you gotta get on there, man. They're fun.
I think I finally will get to go on Star next fall, because my travel agency franchise has its annual conference on Star the Seas. So
you'll definitely have an amazing time.
I bet I will. Just want to say something about your experience. I mean, there's some listeners who, like me, dream about Star the Seas. Talk about that.
We actually did 3 sailings on Star this year. The first one we did was the employee shakedown. So that's another benefit of working with Royal Caribbean. We get to go on the ships before the guests do to test out everything,
make sure everything is good,
the water work, and then we get to bring our family with us. So we took the boys on that one. That was their first shakedown as well for Royal, and they got to test out the kids, the Adventure Ocean program, to see how they like it. And with that one, there was KJ's, which is our youngest, his first time. He was old enough to check himself in and out of Adventure Ocean.
Once you're 10, you're able to do that.
So they had tons of freedom. These kids they went when they felt like it. They came back when they felt like it.
As long as they communicate.
Yeah. And I'm speaking for them, but I think with Icon class, it gives kids a lot more freedom on such a bigger landscape, where your kid is probably having more fun than the person that paid the cruise.
Oh yeah.
I think that class is definitely it's family. It definitely caters to all age groups, and it's worth it.
It is. The Icon class for kids, you have 7 different water slides. 7 different water slides. If you're thinking about the children, you have 7 different water slides that they can enjoy the kids club. As she was saying, they have freedom to enjoy the kids club. They have games, they have activities. They keep them well entertained, and the
Parents
kids
get to chill.
and the parents get to chill. The shows on the Icon class are like none other.
Now,
The
on Star of Seas, is it Back to the Future?
On Star of the Seas, yes, it's Back to
Okay.
the Future on Star of the Seas, and on Icon, it is
The Wizard of Oz or the Wiz? Okay.
The Wizard of Oz. The Wizard of Oz. So those two shows are amazing if you're into entertainment, if you're into Broadway style shows, if you're into the aqua shows and you want to see people dive in, the aqua show is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Especially on the Star of the Seas. It blew us away compared to every other aqua show that we've ever seen.
You watched it 3 times.
Watched it three times.
My listeners have heard me say, no one approaches Royal Caribbean's aqua shows. No one.
Oh no.
Certainly, there's shows. I mean, Disney does great shows, but in terms of the aqua show, Royal has that to themselves. Yep.
Oh yeah. She Quanda could say that for her it's the ice shows.
Yeah, those same kind of Royal was kind of dominant in that as well. I don't know of any other ship with rock ice, but maybe there is. Okay.
Nope.
Yeah,
there isn't. Royal Caribbean is a pioneer with that.
Those. Any consideration to a future group cruise?
We have been asked, people on our channel, when we do our lives or when we see people around on ships and stuff, people do ask. So yes, there are plans, not sure when or which ship or how we're going to put it together, but there are plans to eventually do that, to just have everybody that follow us, everybody that want to chit chat with us, everybody that want to just come together to do a group trip. Maybe something that we do every year, seeing how it goes. But yes, we do have plans.
Yeah, and you've got some good models, because you say you went Life with Us TV. I know that they are very good. Didn't you go on a Melanin at Sea group cruise?
We did. We've done every Melanin at Sea up to last year. Last year we did. Yeah, last year we did Alaska with them, and that was.
In fact, I had Venus Anderson on, the moderator over at Melanin Sea. I had her on to talk about the Alaska cruise. But yeah, listeners have heard me say many times, no one does group cruises like Melanin at Sea. So both of those, Melanin at Sea and Life with Us TV, you can't lose. And I'm sure that
also Addie and Terry.
Terry,
we've been on theirs as well.
We've been on theirs. Yeah, we did theirs on Virgin Voyages.
Yep, Addie and Terry have been on the show as well. Would love to get them back. I got the feeling that your group cruise is going to be really nice.
I appreciate it.
I just had that feeling.
Thank you.
Finally, talking about the future, what's on your cruising or travel bucket list?
So as our son said, Antarctica is on my bucket list. I also plan for next year to do Spectrum of the Seas out of China, to do a Japan itinerary. Those are two of the major ones that I'm looking forward to in terms of cruising right now. With the exception of the other ships that are maybe around the US or something like that. And I definitely want to do Excel. We were supposed to do it, but we did not get it. We were supposed to be on there, but those are the ones for me that I'm looking forward to.
Yeah. Likewise, I mean, those are the top two you're always talking about.
Yeah.
But I need to get to Africa one of these days.
Norwegian.
Not necessarily a cruise. I don't mind doing a land base and doing, like, I don't know how close Africa is with all the different areas, but like probably going to multiple locations in one trip.
I'm down for that.
That's my current bucket list trip.
Well, you opened it up, so I'm going to put on my sales hat right now. We are my travel agency, the Joy Vacation, by Dream Vacations. We are doing a Africa trip in 2027. So
Okay.
When?
it's April of 2027. So it starts in
Mm.
it's 15 days in total, like a week in Kenya, which includes 2 safaris, and then a week in Egypt, which includes
Ooh.
a Nile cruise, like a 4-day
Mm.
Nile cruise. So
That sounds real good.
That sounds real good.
yeah, and uh, all your accommodations are included. The cruise is included. Many meals, not all meals, and the price is going to be somewhere in the low fives per person. I
Mhm.
say somewhere in the low fives. The reason I can't tell you the exact amount is because the airfare is it's
Right,
too
Yeah.
right.
far out to get the airfare.
God, I
But
got 12 months.
yeah, so you know,
That's good. That sounds like a nice trip.
you asked for it.
Hey,
So
appreciate the info.
yeah. So no, in all seriousness, you all are obviously very welcome, and
Thank you.
Africa has long been number one on my bucket list, and
Yeah.
Oh,
finally
yes.
going to get to check that off. Hey, before we let you go, Damion and Quanda, we usually ask our guests some light or fun cruise questions. Um, so the first is kind of an easy one, and I'm sure you probably have different answers. How do you spend your me time?
Me time is hard to come by these days, but with 2 kids in sports and school activities, I make sure to get my me time because when I have my time to actually craft. So I love making custom items, t-shirts, custom mugs, rhinestone and things. That's my me time where I can just sit down in my office and work on a project. I That makes my day.
Do
Makes my
you
whole
do you sell them or you just make them for to be doing it to be
I
doing
sell
something?
them.
Oh, okay.
No, I sell them. So I do have a website called tgcustoms.com where I sell cruise shirts, vacation shirts, custom whatever you could think of, I can customize. So
And magnets.
and I make photo magnets. So
Mhm.
Okay,
that's my
listeners,
craft.
give us that website again.
It's TG Customs, so it's KUSTOMS.com.
Okay. Well, I hope we get you a buyer or 2 or 3.
Appreciate it.
Hit me up. I'm here if y'all need me. No pressure.
For me, I'm a TV buff. I love television. I love movies. So for my me time, I'm either on YouTube watching some videos, or I'm watching a TV show or a movie. That's what I typically do on my me time.
Yeah, he loves movies. I don't like movies too much, but he loves movies.
What's your next question? And this is specific to cruising. What's your favorite cruise drink and cruise food?
Drink, you have to go to Schooner Bar on Royal Caribbean and get the lavender daiquiri. I order it. I order it 2 at a time. I say, give me 2 lavender daiquiris, and I pour it into my
Travel mug.
travel mug, and I sip on my lavender daiquiri
She does.
around the ship.
For me, it is the marshmallow old fashioned, which was introduced to me by Terry from Addie and Terry. And again, you can only get that at the Schooner Bar while you're on a Royal Caribbean ship. That is an amazing drink. For food, I'm not much of a foodie, but a Caribbean night, just get me the buffet on a Caribbean night.
On Royal
Oh, Quanda, you didn't mention your food. Same?
And honestly, I'm food out. I'm all cruise food out. Right now, my go-to place, and it's only if I'm on Oasis class, is 150 Central Park. All of the meals in that restaurant. It used to be Chops once upon a time, but now 150 Central Park has my heart.
And
Oh, love it.
And our
Yeah.
oldest. And if I can get my
Yeah.
meal from there, every other meal is okay.
Yeah.
Love it. Yeah, and Damien, you mentioned Terry. I occasionally watch their what's it, Sunday,
Sunday
sip
sip.
or yeah. So listeners, if you want to hear about drinks and see drinks made and particularly drinks and cruises,
Oh yes,
that's Terry.
Yes, it is.
it sure is.
That's Terry. Next question. What's your most wonderful or memorable or funniest or even most embarrassing cruise or port experience?
The fact that he said cruise or port experience.
I know,
think-
right? I'm gonna do the port one. You go ahead with the cruise one. Well, they're both ports.
They're both.
Go ahead.
So I think we're collectively gonna go with this one. Our most memorable experience. Oh, memorable, funny, wonderful, embarrassing. All of the above was
All of the above.
But let me preface this by saying, again, we work for Royal Caribbean Cruise Line.
do not.
We were on a cruise with Royal Caribbean Cruise Line. We should know better. Go ahead.
Basically, our cruise had ended in us becoming pier runners.
Oh no.
Full-blown pier runners
In Jamaica.
in Jamaica while I had a fractured ankle that I got off
goodness.
the ship
Mhm.
that day.
Almost got left. We got to the ship an hour and a half after boarding time.
An hour and a half?
After all aboard, we got back to the port.
Hour and a half.
Now, was it an hour and a half because of you? Because I've never heard someone be in an hour and a half.
I've never
late.
seen it happen ever before, but we thought the ship had left by this time. But when we got there, they're like, they're waiting on you guys. Run.
Yeah, the security, the gates were closed.
Gates were closed, yeah.
And our driver pulled up to the gate and he was like, this is Damion. And he's like, they're waiting on you, go. And they let us in the gate and he drove us as far as he could drive us. And then we had to run. I had to hop.
Because earlier on the day, she fractured her ankle.
I fractured my ankle coming after I got off the ship. So from the morning time, I didn't know it was fractured at the time, but I had to limp back to the ship. He ran to the ship. Our friends were running with their kids to the ship. And the whole ship was screaming outside their balconies and on the
run.
Run, you can do it, run. It was a wonderful experience.
You know, there's an internet saying, photos or it didn't happen.
Oh, it's posted on our channel.
Well, then I tell you what, it's gonna be posted when we promote this show.
Yep, we have the pier runner point of view.
Oh yeah,
on our YouTube, and that's one of our videos that blew up.
Yeah,
and
wow.
I was like, why are they watching this?
Now, after the fact, have you received any ribbing from within Royal Caribbean?
I received a few tongue lashings, but not from corporate. Of course, when they heard the story, like, what? Why would you do that? And they laughed at me, and they shared the video amongst the rest of the staff, both locally here in the U.S. and in Manila, where we have an office. But the shipboard staff were the ones that really gave me a lashing.
Wow.
On going back when we went through security, there was like, you should have known better. You should have known better.
While I'm limping, trying to catch up.
I can't wait for that video.
But also, before we move on, the good thing about that, I do have to give, the medical staff on board Royal their props.
Oh yeah, they were amazing.
Because I did end up having to go to the medical facility later on that night. Again, I didn't know I had a fracture until I took a nap and woke up and my ankle was swollen. I ended up going to medical facility and they took care of me. They took the x-rays, they bandaged it up. I had a whole cast. I didn't need the cast. I had to give me a wheelchair to use for the rest of the cruise. Yeah. So shout out to y'all on board. Y'all took care of me and I appreciate it.
Yep.
That's quite a story. The oddball question. So I have one question. My last question. It's an oddball question, only in that it might be cruise related, but it not necessarily. So you have a large following. Mm-hmm. So welcome to the many Damion and Quanda fans and friends who are listening. We hope your fans and friends have enjoyed what they have heard at the Joy of Cruising podcast, and we will come back for future episodes. So here's a challenge. Share one thing, Damion and Quanda, that my listeners and your fans and friends don't know about Damion and Quanda, besides the fact that they were an hour and a half late to their own cruise line.
That they don't know. I think we've been very transparent with because we share our mess ups, we share our mistakes, we share all of these things. But I think my passion, people may think they know, but just to say that that's what it is. My passion is really music. I love singing. I love music. My preferred music, of course, is gospel. But music for me is my escape for everything, So I think that's one thing that.
Do you perform at all
or
in public?
No. I do at church.
Oh, okay.
at church, and also on President's Cruises.
Oh, really? Any video?
There may be a few videos somewhere around the place.
I'll send it to you.
Well, I'll just throw it out there.
Well, yeah, I think if I should go back to your original question, that's the one thing that they don't know, that I do perform on Royal Caribbean ships while I'm on President's Cruises, because I love music and singing.
That's very wonderful. How about you, Quanda? What don't they know?
They probably know, but they don't really know. But I am extremely shy. That's one reason I started YouTube, so I could talk to myself. That was the thought I had in my brain, is I'm talking to a camera, I'm talking to myself. And I'm very shy. I do not like public speaking. If you are calling me up on the stage, I'm not going. I will avoid it at all costs. You're laughing because I check it out.
So you are an introvert like me.
Extremely introverted.
However, you handled it differently, because you chose to go in the den of the tiger. I mean, you're going on YouTube. I would never, ever go on YouTube. Yet I absolutely love podcasting. If podcasting was taken away from me, I don't know what I would do with myself. But so that's my antidote to being introverted. That's my outlet.
Same.
But if I had to do the outlet on camera, forget y'all. No, that's not happening.
Same, yeah. In front of a camera, I can talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. But in real life, I'm like, I'm not saying nothing.
That's true.
Well, maybe I should try it. I have a daughter who's very extroverted, and she's also part of the travel agency, and she's into like more on Twitter than not Twitter, TikTok, more on TikTok than YouTube. But she's very, very much out there.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe like you, I could use it as sort of an antidote to my introversion.
Yeah.
So very good, very good. Damion and Quanda, it has been great talking to you. I've already decided, if you're willing, I want you back. So sometime in the next in 26, we will chat again. I enjoyed this chat immensely, and good luck in the development of your group cruise. Maybe by then you'll have a concept or have it ready, and we can advertise it, or not advertise it, publicize it for you. So
we do. I'm so sorry not to cut you, but we do have, while we don't have a group cruise, we have decided to put together a group trip, land-based, to Jamaica in June.
In June 26th.
So that we are of next year, sorry, 26. So we do have that on the books, and we have quite a few persons already.
What part of Jamaica is it going to?
It is going to Rio Palace Aquarelle in Falmouth, Jamaica.
Okay. So when we have you back we'll get a trip report of the land trip to Jamaica, and then maybe we'll have the
Yes, sir.
we'll have the details on a group cruise. All the best to you in your future endeavors, and as I like to say, we'll see you on the ocean.
See ya.
See ya.
The Joy of Cruising and Cruising Interrupted, each $16.99 plus shipping, and new release, The Joy of Cruising Again for $18.99 can be ordered at the link on thejoyofcruisingpodcast.com. For each of the 3 books, use the discount code Joy of Cruising Podcast and get $4 off. The Joy of Cruising books are also available at Amazon. Order the ebook at Amazon or your favorite online retailer. Stay in touch by joining the Joy of Cruising Podcast Facebook group or following the Joy of Cruising Podcast on Instagram. We're constantly adding new shows. Please leave a review and tell a friend about us. We hope you enjoyed this brief escape to the ocean. See you next week.